Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So my dear students, ଆମ 9th କ୍ଲାସ୍ ର SA-1 ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ ବହୁତ ଶୀଘ୍ର ପାଖେଇ ଆସିଲାଣି। ସୋ ପିଲାମାନେ ମୁଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରୁଛି ଆମର 9th କ୍ଲାସ୍ ର ଯେତିକି ଆମର SA-1 ପାଇଁ ଯାହା ଯାହା ସିଲାବସ୍ ଅଛି ଇଂଲିଶର ଖାସ୍ କରି ଆମ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଆଜି ମୁଁ କ'ଣ କରିବି ତିନିଟା ଚାପ୍ଟରର ଯେଉଁଟାକି ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଆମର ଦ ପ୍ରାଇସଲେସ୍ ଗିଫ୍ଟ, ଦେନ୍ ଦ ସ୍ୱିମର ହୁ ଡଜ୍ ନଟ୍ ନିଡ୍ ହର୍ ଲେଗ୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦ ରୋଡ୍ ସେଫ୍ଟି ୱିକ୍, ଏଇ ତିନିଟା ଚାପ୍ଟରର क्वेश्चन सब डिस्कसन करी आ पिला माने भल कि शुण मु भाबुची तारे भितर सब तुम एमसीक्यू भी प्रिपरेशन हो एज वेल एज तुम सब्जेक्टिव भी प्रिपरेशन हो। सो पिला माने समस्ते देख भिडियोटी देख भाबुची जार समस्त भल लगे कहीं क्वेश्चन आम निहाती दरकार सब लर्न करवा क्वेश्चन विथ सब्जेक्टिव मु कहीं आनली कहीं ऑब्जेक्टिव तो तुम लिखिपार मार्क भी करें कि सब्जेक्टिव लिखार पिला बहुत प्रोब्लेम होता है। तेणु क्वेश्चन विथ आंसर्स मुझे जोटा तुम डाउट हो जहाँ भी हो तुम कॉपी लिख और प्रैक्टिस कर। ठीक है पिला तो फास्ट आम देखा कौन फास्ट चैप्टर आम कौन रखीचु द प्राइसलेस गिफ्ट। ओके तार जितकी क्वेश्चन अच्छी सब आम डिस्कसन करी इंपोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन सब माने कौन इंपोर्टेंट टॉपिक सब द इंपोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन सब द प्राइसलेस गिफ्ट। So let's start. देखो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हम कौन देज व्हाट इज द राइटर एक्सपीरियंस इन द रेस्टोरेंट। राइटर कौन एक्सपीरियंस था रेस्टोरेंट रे। द राइटर वेंट टू ए वेजिटेरियन रेस्टोरेंट इन द लंच टाइम। द रेस्टोरेंट वाज क्राउडेड। द राइटर चूज द कॉर्नर टेबल एंड द स्किम थ्रू द न्यूज़पेपर। आ भीतर देखो एमसीक्यू भी आवे आसीपारे। राइटर कोडी जाइथिले वेजिटेरियन रेस्टोरेंट जाइथिले को टाइम रे जाइथिले लंच टाइम के जाइथिले हैला। सो दिस इज वन ता भीतर कौन आम एमसीक्यू भी तुम लर्न कर एज वेल एज द सब्जेक्टिव भी आम लर्न कर जेहेतु सब्जेक्टिव 30 मार्क्स भी आसी भी बहुत इंपोर्टेंट आम है। देखिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 देखा व्हाट डिड ही नोटिस देयर। एमसीक्यू भी हो पार आमर क्वेश्चन सब्जेक्टिव भी हो पार। द राइटर नोटिस्ड ए वेरी यंग गर्ल लुकिंग एट हिम। Her eyes were large and they had a sad expression. When she was going out, she asked the cashier in a low voice that whether the writer was an Indian. बुझीपार पिला माने जदि भी तुमको बुझीपार डिफिकल्ट हो कॉपी लिखिदि बारंबार तक पढ़ले मुझे भावुँ निश्चय तुम मैंने मन रखिपार है। थर्ड क्वेश्चन देख What was the writer's first impression of the girl? The writer noticed a young girl whose eyes were large and had sad expression, and when she inquired about him to the cashier, the writer became curious. Her eyes that had sad emotions made him think that the girl had some problem. माने से कौन कह व्हाट वाज द राइटर्स फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन ऑन द गर्ल। राइटर कौन इंप्रेशन फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन था से गर्ल उपर। व्हाट मेड द राइटर सरप्राइज्ड। राइटर को कौन सरप्राइज करता। द गर्ल वाज लुकिंग एट द राइटर एंड वांटेड टू नो वेदर ही वाज एन इंडियन। When she inquired about him to the cashier and once again looked at the writer was surprised. Why did he inquire from the cashier? से काहे की inquire करे? He noticed that the girl was interested to know about him, and when she asked the cashier about her, it made the writer curious to know what it was exactly. So he went to the cashier and inquired about the girl from her. ହେଲା? What information did he get from the cashier? कौन से information पाइथिले? He means कि the writer. The cashier told the writer that the girl went to that restaurant on Saturday. एटा भी MCQ हो परिबो कि when in which day the girl comes to the restaurant on Saturday. She went to the restaurant and pay day only. एटा भी आसे एग्जाम रे से कौन करथला केवल गोटे डे पई से प्राइस देउथला because she did not have much money. हैला। Then, where did the writer go on the next Saturday? The writer went to the same restaurant where he had noticed the girl. तापर देखिया कौन कही why did he arrange the chair opposite her? कहीं राइटर तार opposite चेयर को opposite arrange करते कहीं the writer went the same restaurant and saw the same girl sitting at the same table as before. He took the chair and arranged opposite to her because he wanted to have a conversation with her. आम राइटर कौन करते से झील सांगे कन्भरसेसन करने चाहते। What query did the girl make about the girl? The girl asked the writer whether he was an Indian. What impression did the writer have about the family of the girl? राइटर कौन impression था? The writer came to know from the girl that her brother was a soldier and was serving at the India. Her brother was only guardian of her family. She lived with widow mother. The writer understood that the both of them, especially her mother, wanted to know about him and was worried of him. ଏଠି भी MCQ ଆମର ଆସିଲା ତାଙ୍କ ଭାଇ କ'ଣ ଥିଲା? What was his brother doing? His brother was a soldier in Punjab frontier. What was the name of his brother? Frankie. Okay. How was the writer treated at Maggie's house? Who was there to welcome him? The writer went to Maggie's house with her. He was welcomed with the eagerness and smile. He was treated with happiness and respect, Mrs. Betty. ହେଲା how was the writer treated Maggie's house? ଏଟା ଏଟା ଗଲା ଏଟା smile happiness ଗଲା. What was Mrs. Betty doing when the writer met her? এটা ବି MCQ ଆସେ ପିଲାମାନେ. Why was she unwilling to go for a handshake? Mrs. Betty was making cakes. এটা ବି MCQ ଆସେ କି what was Mrs. Betty doing when the writer came to her house? Mrs. Betty was making cakes when the writer met her. And as her hands were covered with flour, she was not able to go for a handshake. Why did the girl usually visit the restaurant on next Saturday? এটা ছাড় এটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট নাই. Then what did Mrs. Betty believe about the ring? Mrs. Betty କ'ଣ ସେ ring ଯେଉଁ ଦେଇଥିଲେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ତା ଭାଇ ପଠେଇଥିଲା କ'ଣ ତା ବିଷୟରେ ବିଲିଭ୍ କରିଥିଲେ? Mrs. Betty had believed that the ring was special and magical. She believed that one can know about a distant person when one gazes into it and concentrated on it. ହେଲା ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ମେଡ୍ ଦ ଅଥର ପିଲାମାନେ ସବୁ ଭଲ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ୍ ସବୁ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ୍ କରିବାକୁ ଟାଇମ୍ ଦରକାର. ମୁଁ 3ଟା ଟପିକ୍ ଡିସ୍କସନ୍ କରିବି ତେଣୁ ଯେଉଁଟା ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଜିନିଷ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ କହିଦେଉଛି. ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ମେଡ୍ ଦ ଅଥର ଟୁ ଟେଲ୍ ଲାଏ about the ring? କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ ଅଥର ମିଛ କହିଥିଲେ? ମ୍ୟାଗି insisted the author to look into the ring and tell her mother that Frankie was alive and Frankie କିଏ ତାଙ୍କ ବ୍ରଦର ଥିଲା ମ୍ୟାଗିର ବ୍ରଦର ଥିଲା. The author thought that it would be not be okay to lie once for making Mrs. Betty recover from illness. ହେଲା Did the telling of a lie benefit Mrs. Betty? Yes, telling of lie did benefit Mrs. Betty. When the author looked into the ring and told Mrs. Betty that Frankie was alive and well, she raised her head a little off the pillow. The news made her happy and soon she was recovered. ତା ମାମା ଟିକେ ଭଲ ହୋଇଯାଇଥିଲେ. ମିଛ କହିବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ସେ ତାଙ୍କ ନିଜକୁ ଆଶ୍ୱାସନା ଦେଉଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ନିଜକୁ ଟିକେ ଭଲ ଫିଲ୍ କରୁଥିଲେ. ହେଲା Why did the writer feel guilty about himself? When the writer calculated and realized that Frankie had been killed before some days, when he had lied about his well-being to his mother, the realization of his lie made him feel guilty. ମାନେ କ'ଣ କିଛି ଦିନ ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଆମ ରାଇଟର କହିଥିଲେ କି ନାଇଁ ଫ୍ରାଙ୍କି ଭଲ ଅଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜାଣିବାକୁ ପାଇଲେ ଯେ ସେ ଯେବେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ସେବେଠାରୁ ଅଲରେଡ଼ି ଫ୍ରାଙ୍କି ଡେଡ୍ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ସେଇଟା ସେ ଯେଉଁ ମିଛ କହିଥିଲେ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ରାଇଟର ଗିଲ୍ଟି ଫିଲ୍ କରିଥିଲେ ହେଲା Then it will be important question. Why was it a priceless gift? The girl's economic condition was not so good and she earned she earned every penny with most toil. A shilling that she earned with most toil represents her greatest gift for her brother. It shows her unconditional love for him. ଯେତିକି ବି ସେ ଦେଇଥିଲା ସେଇଟା ଯେହେତୁ ତାଙ୍କର କଣ୍ଡିସନ ଏତେ ଭଲ ନଥିଲା ଯେତିକି ବି ଦେଇଥିଲା that was so much enough for her brother. Hello. Then, why did the writer choose the corner table? The writer went to vegetarian restaurant. The restaurant was crowded and some chairs or tables are pushed into a corner. So the writer chose the corner table and skimmed through a newspaper. देखो. How did the writer start a conversation with a young girl? The writer went to the same vegetarian restaurant, saw the same girl seated in the same chair. He sat opposite to her and wished her good afternoon. In this way, he started a conversation. How could the writer guess the girl to be poverty stricken? এটা ବି question ଆସେ ପଢ଼ିଦେବ ପିଲାମାନେ. Next ଦେଖ এটা ବି important. What impression did the girl have on India? The girl had a decent knowledge about India. The girl and her mother wanted to know about India more from the writer. They both thought that There were many snakes and tigers in India, and those animals killed the people. They also believed that the ring that Frankie had sent them from India was a magical and could tell about the distant person when gazed at it. Maggie read it books and Indian people love the truth. এটা ବି important question ପିଲାମାନେ ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ରେ ଆସେ ହେଲା। ଆଚ୍ଛା ଏବେ ଦେଖିବା ସେକେଣ୍ଡଟା କ'ଣ? ଏଟା କ'ଣ କହିଛି ସେକେଣ୍ଡଟା? ଦ swimmer who does not need her legs. The swimmer who does not need her legs. এই ଚ୍ୟାପ୍ଟରରୁ ଏବେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା need her legs. Okay, let's start. When did Janki get the idea of swimming in the English Channel? କେତେବେଳେ ଜାନକୀ ତାଙ୍କ ମୁଣ୍ଡରେ ଆଇଡ଼ିଆ ଆଇଥିଲା ତ ଇଂଲିଶ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲକୁ ସୁଇମ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ? ଜାନକୀ ୱାଜ୍ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ ପୋଲିଓ। ଏଟା ବି MCQ ପିଲାମାନେ ଦେଖ, ମୁଁ କାହିଁକିନା ଯଦି MCQ ଆଣିଥାନ୍ତି, MCQ ଫର୍ମାଟ୍ରେ ଆଣିଥାନ୍ତି ତୁମ ସବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ୍ ମିସ୍ ହେଇଯାଇଥାନ୍ତା। ତେଣୁ ଯେହେତୁ ମୁଁ ସବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ୍ ଫର୍ମରେ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ବୁଝାଉଛି, ବୋଥ୍ MCQ ବି ଆ ଭିତରୁ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କର ରିଭାଇଜ୍ ହେଇଯିବ। ଜାନକୀ ୱାଜ୍ struck by polio in 1987. When she was a child, she got the idea of swimming the English Channel. Where did she go? With the help of Themia Academy of Adventure. With the help of Themia National Academy of Adventure, Janki went to the coastal town of Malpe and began training in the Arabian Sea. What did she do there? In Arabian Sea, she spent 3 weeks there with a coach called Dinesh Suvarna. First coach thile. She learned to spend long hours in a sea by swimming minimum 20 kilometers a day. Hello? Who contributed the money she needed for swimming in English Channel? For swimming in English Channel, Janki needed the fund. The government, a few private agencies and several funds, friends contributed the money she needed for swimming the English Channel. Who was Stella Streeter? এটা भी exam ରେ ଆସେ ପିଲାମାନେ। Stella Streeter was the famous channel coach. What does Janki's maritime experience mean? এটা भी exam बहुत ही important ପିଲାମାନେ ଲେଖ, ଏଟା ପଢ଼ ବୁଝ ତାକୁ। In the relay swim, there were 6 members who formed a team and they each do the minimum 2 hours of swimming. In Janki's relay team, other swimmers were mostly Americans and they were amazed to see her swim. To honor her, they named the relay team as Janki's Maritime Express. ହେଲା, ବହୁତ important topic। এটা ବି question important ଆସେ। What were the conditions set by the English Channel, the swimming authority? 2 conditions କ'ଣ ଥିଲା? When Janki conveyed her message to English Channel swimming the associations detailed the attempt, they replied that 2 conditions have to be met before the a swimmer. First ହେଲା କ'ଣ? First said by them was the swimmer should be able to swim at least 10 hours continuously in water. Second was the swimmer should be able to do a marathon swimming, that she should be able to swim in the high seas for the long hours at a stretch. ହେଲା, these are the 2 conditions. ବହୁତ important question ପିଲାମାନେ। Why were the officials of English Channel Swimming Associated shocked? କେମିତି କାହିଁକି ସେମାନେ ସକ୍ ହେଇଗଲେ ଦ ଇଂଲିଶ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲର ତାର ଅଫିସର୍ସ ମାନେ? କାହିଁକି? ଜାନକୀ and her parents went to English Channel in 1992. এটা ବି MCQ ହେଇପାରିବ। She reached when she reached Dover and began practicing the English Channel. The channel swimming officers were shocked. kahinki? It was the first time in their experience that a physically handicapped person was trying to swimming the English Channel. Hello? Third, why it was decided that Janki would be the part of the relay team? Janki wanted to have the solo attempt. Se ଚାହୁଁଥିଲେ କ'ଣ? Solo attempt. That they did not have a special boat to accompany her. It was in case if she needed to be lifted out the water, so it was decided that she should be the part of a relay team. Hello? That's what were the English Channel water like? এটা भी MCQ আছে। The channel waters were too cold and salty. Hello? ତାପରେ what were the problems that Janki faced while swimming the channel in a relay team? କ'ଣ ତାଙ୍କ problem ହେଇଥିଲା? This is also very important question. Janki made her the first attempt in 1992. Her first attempt was in the course of the swimming was against the nature. The channel waters were too cold and she needed more energy than usual to keep her arms moving. Then she had the problems of my legs moving to the left and right, whichever way the waves were moving for which she needed a lot of energy. So the water were very salty, and whenever she entered her mouth, she felt sick. So there are also seaweeds and jellyfish which kept the sticking to her body and made her feel uncomfortable. ହେଲା ଏଟା ବି ପିଲାମାନେ what were the feelings of Janki's parents when she was crossing the channel waters ଏଟା ବି ପଢ଼ିଦେବେ ପିଲାମାନେ ଏଟା ବି important question ହେଲା next what does the expression paraplegic Olympics mean ଏଟା ବି important the paraplegic Olympics are the multi sports games for the physically disabled athletics ହେଲା ଆଚ୍ଛା next ଆମର ଆସିବା କ'ଣ road safety way this is also very important topic road safety week ए चैप्टर देखिबा एबे क्वेश्चन सब देखो व्हाट इज रोड सेफ्टी व्हाट डज इट इन्वॉल्व रोड सेफ्टी इज द सेफ्टी ऑफ पीपल फ्रॉम द रोड साइड इंजुरीज एंड डेथ एटा भी एमसीक्यू तमर हेई परिबो सब्जेक्टिव भी हेई परिबो इट इन्वॉल्व्स वेरियस मेथड्स एंड मेजर्स फॉर टू व्हिच मस्ट बी फॉलोड बाय द रोड यूजर्स टू प्रिवेंट दिस सीरियस इंजुरीज एंड डेथ हैला देन what is the finding of the World Health Organization this is also very important question the finding of the World Health Organization is the WHO full form भी आसी पारे World Health Organization most is that the most hospitalizations cases and leading causes of death are due to the lack of awareness who observe the road safety week एटा पढ़ी देबे पिला माने एटा भी बहुत important topic question पॉज करिवो पढ़िवो एवं चेष्टा कर लेखिया when it is observed in the month of January what is the main aim of the road safety week this is also very important question the main aim of the road safety is to raise the public awareness about the traffic rules and to reduce the road accidents and help people save their lives as well as the lives of the other ହେଲା ଏତିକି ଲେଖିଲେ ବି ତମର sufficient okay what things should people know about the road safety by this campaign जो कैंपेन आमर होता कौन लोक मैंने जाना उचित पीपुल आर मेड अवेयर विथ द बेसिक रोड सेफ्टी रूल्स दे आर इंस्ट्रक्टेड नॉट टू यूज द सेल फोन्स or listen music while driving they are told about the outcomes of drunken driving high speed एटी देख पिला माने ए जो क्वेश्चन रे दीटा क्वेश्चन आंसर अछि व्हाट आर द मेजर रीजंस आर रेस्पोंसिबल फॉर द रोड एक्सीडेंट्स अछि एटा जेमति हला कोन हला ड्रंकन ड्राइविंग हाई स्पीड डिस्ट्रैक्ट ड्राइविंग आउ नॉट वेयरिंग द हेलमेट्स से क्वेश्चन भी पारिबो एवं एटा जोटा कोन पीपुल मानकर अवेयरनेस से क्वेश्चन भी हमर हे परिबो हला देन when is road safety week organized January रा कहली एटा where do people celebrate this week who voluntarily take part in people celebrate this week in major cities like Delhi Bangalore Mumbai Chennai Kolkata and many schools and college volunteers take part in this campaign what do the local authorities do local authorities मानकर किसी भी importance अच्छी कौन से मान करती the local authorities organize a thorough check of drivers and motorcyclists to send the strong message to zero tolerance against the drunken driving and other safety violations एटा भी बहुत इंपोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन पे देखा व्हाट एक्टिविटीज आर ऑर्गेनाइज्ड फॉर स्कूल एंड कॉलेज चिल्ड्रेन्स लाइक कौन पेंटिंग ड्राइंग कॉम्पिटिशन्स रोड सेफ्टी अनाउंसमेंट्स एग्जिबिशंस टेस्ट ऑफ रोड रूल्स डिबेट्स and besides workshops seminars etc are organized for schools and college children who are eligible to get a driving license anyone who is 20 years is eligible to get the driving license and one can apply for the learning license eta bi mcq ase pila mane 16 year रे हमर learning license पे हमें apply करि परिबा what does the distracted driving mean बहुत ही important topic question पिला माने distracted driving means which includes the speaking on cell phones and texting while driving talking to other passengers and sometimes listening to the music so pila mane I have explained many questions from these three chapters the priceless gift the swimmer who does not need her legs and the road safety week आर भितर ही क्वेश्चन आसीबो भलो कि देख पिला माने एमसीक्यू भी तमरंगर प्रैक्टिस हे जो अलवेज द सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन भी प्रैक्टिस हे जो पिला माने समस्त को भल कि पढ़ पिला माने क्वेश्चन देख आंसर कर एवं जोटा डिफिकल्ट होची ताको पॉज करी वीडियो पॉज करी कॉपी रे लेख आ प्रैक्टिस कले आ अल्प दिन तुम मनकर एग्जाम रहिला प्रैक्टिस कर निश्चय तुम मन पे भल हबो ठीक है पिला माने आ गोटे समस्त रिक्वेस्ट जदि फर्स्ट टाइम मो चैनल देखुछ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लाइक कर एवं शेयर कर जदर कि तुम मन भले आहुरी बहुत पिला भी समान बेनिफिट हे परिबे ओके सो थैंक यू ऑल गॉड ब्लेस यू